Saffron and Peri, episode 19, in which Bob goes missing and a request for an elevator is submitted.
Good morning, class. Please open your bestiaries to page 50 and, where's Bob?
Who?
Bob the skeleton. He's been here every day helping you on your path to knowledge, and none of you even noticed he's missing?
Professor Princess Vasilisa, there's a note on the hook where Bob used to be.
Let me see that. It's a picture of an ice cream cone? Maybe a seashell?
What does that mean, Professor?
It means class is not starting until I get Bob back. Now, do we have any volunteers? Tristan? You've missed a few classes, haven't you?
Sorry, Professor. I was at a trial. I was on trial, and there was this rabbit.
Rescue Bob, and I'll strike the absences off your record.
Oh, thank you, Professor. I'll be back soon.
Good luck, Tristan.
Here, take the kidnapper's calling card. It might be a clue.
Thank you, Professor.
Psst, Tristan. You're meeting us outside the library later, right?
I have to go. Go get Bob.
Tristan! Yeah, Vasilisa came up with that one.
Vasilisa? Well, I've been busting my wings trying to save 2 dimensions. You've been doing arts and crafts with Vasilisa?
Don't get mad, Saffron. It's just that, well, it's a long story. I'll tell you later. Come in.
Hello, Peri. Hi, Saffron. Welcome back.
Thanks, Half-Pint. It's good to be home, even though home descended into absolute madness while I was gone.
Can we talk about this later? Aren't you supposed to be in class, Tristan?
I'm on an errand for does this, ice cream cone mean anything to you?
Let's see. Oh no. Tristan, this is no ice cream cone. This is the sigil of the unicorns of the Wandering Woods.
Didn't Mrs. Scorchington burn that down?
She did. They must have migrated to the woods near the academy.
Dragonfire, the only surefire unicorn extermination technique. Since Mrs. Scorchington owes us a favor, let's call her up and—
No, please. I'm sure we can reason with the unicorns, and think of the environmental damage of another forest fire.
I agree that Dragonfire should not be our first option, but Tristan, there is no reasoning with unicorns.
Why not? I always heard—
You heard wrong.
Unicorns are the most self-righteous, sanctimonious, holier-than-thou.
They're judgy prudes.
Even I think so.
Yeah, even Peri thinks so. What does that tell you?
But they have something I need. I need to go talk to them. Can you help me track them down?
Can't help you there. Unicorns flee if I so much as step in the same time zone as them.
I'll help you. Come on. Okay, we got your rainbows, we got your babbling brook, we got your warbling birds. The unicorns are most likely behind that shimmering waterfall. Just follow the sound of wind chimes.
You're not coming?
I'll be right here. Call if you need me.
Okay. Hello? Is anyone there?
Who's this? Who?
Tristan of the Ravenwood. I've come to—
You committed premarital hand-holding!
What? How do you—
Such impropriety! Such indecency! Confess it! Confess!
I high-fived my friend Nineve this morning. She got an A on her last test, and she just transferred here recently from Yvonne's moat, and I just felt happy for her. And
Reason acceptable, but don't let it happen again.
I've come for Professor Vasilisa's skeleton, please?
My skeleton? Do you mean this vulgar person's parading around naked?
In front of students, no less! Depravity!
It's an anatomical model. It's supposed to...
Silence! The debauched villain is not leaving until he's properly clothed.
But that sort of defeats the purpose of... Peri, a little help, please?
I'm coming.
You!
Oh, what have I done?
You know what you have done! You have witnessed exposed stone!
Exposed stone? Are you seriously talking about the visit I made to the sculpture exhibit last week? That was art, you uncultured.
Unclad statues! Unclad!
Peri, they're blocking our exit. What do we do?
I'm on it. Saffron, code, glitter.
Hello, unicorns. Unicorns, they can never handle a free spirit.
Here's your skeleton, Tristan.
Thanks. I gotta run. I'm really late for class.
Hold on a sec, Pipsqueak. What do you want the skeleton for? Did it escape from your dad's dungeon or something?
No. It belongs to Professor Princess Vasilisa.
Vasilisa? Why is everyone doing favors for Vasilisa now? Is she like everyone's favorite person?
As I was trying to explain earlier, I am not doing this as a personal favor. Professor Vasilisa and I just find ourselves on the same side of the battle in this case.
It seems to me any side
now.
with Professor Vasilisa on it is the wrong side.
It's not that simple.
Hello?
Bob! You found him! Well done, Tristan!
Where is everybody?
Oh, Bob, I was so worried. Here, Tristan, take this. I handed back the graded reports while you were away.
What's this?
I just said it was your graded report.
No, I mean, Professor, is this an A?
Yes, it is.
What? How? Wait, and this little X next to it, that means the grade's not an A, right?
That is a plus sign. You got an A+, Tristan. It was a well-written report. Well, it had more typos than correctly spelled words, but I'm not your English teacher.
This grade can't be right.
Have some confidence, Tristan. You're doing very well in magical biology. Except for the practical aspect. My TA tells me that you're struggling with magic.
Yeah, I'm not doing so well in actually doing magic in any of my classes.
And why not?
Because I'm not magic. All my other classmates are fairies or mermaids and I'm human.
Tristan, so am I.
Sorry, I didn't mean...
So is your father, so is your mother, so are many of the greatest practitioners of magic. Tristan, as humans, we may not be born with magic, but we are born with the potential to create it. Our magic doesn't lie in our blood or in our breath. Our magic lies in our tools. Some craft magical wands, others like to forge magical jewelry. I myself prefer a sterile lab environment and highly sophisticated equipment.
I've tried those things. I've tried almost every suggestion in our assigned grimoire, but they don't work.
Then it's up to you to find what does work for you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to set up for my lecture.
The lecture about that book?
Yes. Please don't try to talk me out of it. I've heard enough from your concerned classmates, and I don't...
No, Professor. I actually don't understand why people are so upset.
Oh, well, have you ever heard of the witch Wartho?
Who?
I suppose it is my job as your teacher to explain things. Several centuries ago, Witch Wartho did many experiments regarding the nature of light and darkness. Her most famous study involved 2 children which she raised.
She experimented on her own children?
No, they weren't hers. I'm not sure where she picked them up. Anyway, she wrote her findings in a coded tome that was considered lost for many years, up until the history majors decided to try to rescue a few books from the Great Library before it burnt down.
Why would they travel back in time just to get that book?
I suspect they just grabbed whatever handful was nearest, but nevertheless, her work is groundbreaking, and the recovered knowledge can do much to improve our understanding of the world.
Oh, so it can help people?
You obviously don't read any scientific magical journals. By deciphering the prologue alone, I was able to synthesize an artificial moon the size of a medallion. Now lycanthropes who despise being human never have to face their furless selves again.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
That's only the beginning. The king of the land of eternal day is coming to open the new library building he donated, with a wing especially dedicated to decrypting the book.
King Gunnar gave us a whole new building?
In return for our research, he's hoping there's something in the book that will help nocturnal creatures survive in the sunlight. It would mean a big boost in tourism for his country. I'm giving a speech on the history of light and dark science. You should come.
Sure, I'd love to hear more. It's starting to make a bit more sense why Peri wants to keep the book around.
Yes, for once she's not trying to suffocate the course of science. Now here, take this.
What's this?
A note explaining to Professor Hollow why you're late for class.
Oh no, I lost track of time. I have to run. Bye, Professor.
And that, students, is why we only grant wishes to pure and noble spirits. You're late.
I'm sorry, Professor. I have a note.
Unicorns in our woods. They'll be a good influence on you all, no doubt. Now take a seat. Now, as I was saying, a good fairy godmother...
Bony
fairy
Bob.
godparent.
Oh, yes, I did.
No talking in class. Now, as I was saying, a good fairy godmother... There I go again. A good fairy godparent knows how to identify those deserving of our help. Tristan, put that phone away.
I'm sorry, Professor Holla. It's like I explained before. I need to record my notes.
Oh, for the love of all that is good, can't you simply borrow notes from another student?
Professor Holla, Tristan can't study that way. Sure, he explained it to you before.
Yes, Professor, he explained, I remember.
Young lady, as exemplary as your memory may be...
Speaking of students with different needs, Professor Holla, as head of the godparenting department, when are you going to answer our request for elevators?
Elevators? And ruin the antique architecture?
Yes, Professor, as much as I love practicing levitation every day, Nynaeve needs an independent way to get around stairs.
And what's wrong with using legs?
Don't have any.
I beg your pardon?
I have this lovely tail instead.
Goodness gracious, a mermaid.
With my tail, I can dive into the deepest depths. I can conquer the cruelest currents. And I can swim through the most savage storms. But on land, I need this wonderful wheelchair. It's not so good with stairs.
Well, why don't you transform that tail of yours into a good pair of solid legs? Young lady, on land we do not hiss at our elders. Detention for the next week. What is this academy coming to? I instruct classes on how to defend innocence from mermaids. Now they expect me to instruct the mermaids themselves.
Nynaeve already rescued a frog prince, and without any training, and she did very well in the entrance exams, and...
I said no talking in class.
Professor, the elevators?
I'll look over your proposal later, Miss Rose Red. Now, as I was saying... Class dismissed.
Tristan, wait up. Are you headed to the library?
Yes, I am.
Great. Some goblins swapped all my picket signs with pro-book slogans, and now I need your arts and craft skills to make new ones. You are protesting with us, right?
I'm not sure if... I thought I'd listen to what Professor Vasilisa has to say first.
What's there to think about, Tristan? Witch Wartho is an evil witch, right?
Right.
which is why the book is probably filled with evil things that are better off burning like history intended. Anyway, we should not have books of evil witches in the Academy Library.
But Witch Wartho is dead for a few centuries now, I think. And if Professor Vasilisa thinks that we could use the book for good...
Tristan, you don't seriously believe that frog dissector?
Sorry, Rose. I guess I'm still just undecided on the issue. But I want you to know how much I admire you for taking a determined and peaceful stance.
Peaceful?
Yeah, protesting.
Right. What am I doing? This is gonna take a lot more than my amazingly clever slogans. It's time to kick things up a few notches.
Well, hold on. How many notches?
However many notches it takes. Come on.
But...
Hurry, before they start the ceremony. Saffron and Peri was written by Jinan Lidien and directed by Sarah J. Nelson and Jinan Lidien. It was edited by Sarah J. Nelson. The music was Klutzy Goblin March by Eric Matthias. Saffron and Professor Hala were played by Sarah J. Nelson. Peri, Rose Red, and the second unicorn were played by Jinan Lidien. Tristan was played by Chris Vanderford. Vasilisa was played by Latifa Abel. The first unicorn was played by Mangal Pritham. Nynaeve was played by Katrina Nelson. For comments or questions, please email us at saffronandperi@gmail.com. And you can check out our Tumblr, Instagram, or Twitter, all at Saffron and Peri. If you want to support what we do, please consider becoming our patron on patreon.com/saffronandperi or by rating and reviewing us on iTunes. Thank you so much for listening. Here's this episode's post-credits scene.
Hello?
Finally! I'm getting a chocolate vanilla caramel espresso brew cappuccino with extra sugar and extra cinnamon, and 1 cupcake with rainbow sprinkles minus the green ones, and 1 cupcake with nothing but green sprinkles. If you see cross-sprinkling between the cupcakes, send them back.
I have to get back to class.
Class can wait, half pint.
I can't just leave in the middle of a lecture.
Are you telling me that you refuse to get me the much-needed nutrition I need to face the day of making the world a much better place? What kind of intern are you?
I'm not one. I'm your mentee, I guess?
Then what the heck am I getting out of this deal?
The satisfaction of passing down knowledge that I will also one day use to make the world a better place?
Fine.